populations of persons who use this bumpy road to access health care here. And of course, I'll be talking also to taxi drivers. We know that in this country, and research has proven this, taxis serve as ambulances conveying people in distress to hospitals. There's a taxi station here right by the hospital. These taxis provide essential services, and they have very harrowing tales to tell about their struggles when they convey sick people and have to drive on this bumpy road. I'm going to start talking to one of the pregnant women, Eugenia. Eugenia, how many months are you?
8 months.
8 months. Okay. So anymore, you talk to Eugenia.
Eugenia, good morning.
Good morning.
Eugenia may speak Ga or Chu or local language. I think she will speak Ga.
Okay. Okay. Eugenia, often or town in Kabari Ga, low worry bluff. Okay. Hey, well, Obahinja maybe.
Oh, you don't make no exception. You don't make no exception.
Okay. Well, maybe no fair hospital. Oh, okay. Oh, fine. In share pregnancy.
I'm 8 months.
He what care oba te oba okay taxi allo okay. 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 So if you're listening to us, I'm speaking to Eugenia. She's at the Lekma Hospital. She's 8 months pregnant and she lives in that area. But she says that when she's coming to the hospital, she doesn't come in a car. She actually walks because she finds that to be more comfortable. The bumpiness of the road agitates her pregnancy and makes her very uncomfortable. And so that's what we're talking to us if you're just joining. That's what we're talking about if you're just joining us. I'll continue the conversation in Ghana, but I will translate intermittently. Eugenia.
Yes.
Hey, well, okay, ke car ke oba e jaji if han your musu e feel uncomfortable. She ke o here di enche be no ho ehi because mulupi ejeme.
So ba say tin. Lo ba e ye bu am. Like a lawyer me ka kwa na e nya wu.
Okay, so she's saying that she chooses to walk in spite of the dust because the pain that she experiences from the bumpy road is uncomfortable. So she would rather walk and deal with the dust than sit in a car. Hey, well, ewa ke eshe beni oba for who emi no ba fe.
Ba mo le ke bon sign na wo be kan ni makwa ko ni ma ba ko ni ke mba ko ni mata na ke ni bia ba am.
Oba no hu no eloba woka.
O be na nyama yin fo be dem wo ye breakfast we.
Okay. Okay, so Eugenia says that she lives at the block factory, which is near the hospital. So when she's in labor, as soon as she starts to feel the pain, she will start walking. And then her things can be brought to her later because she would much rather walk than sit in a car and deal with the bumpy road. Eugenia.
Yes.
He what can afford ben who beken who to ba feel it.
O wele ben phone na.
He what no lenya banya nya woka. He what before ni o here ho no me tefete o ya mami ngani bi.
O wen wo lo ben bebelek magbe. Kedi ho yin ko ma minimum afie lek ma.
Okay. Okay. Eugenia says that before she got pregnant, she would usually take a car because with that one, there are no health issues and she doesn't feel uncomfortable. And this is mainly because she has to go to Lekma. Eugenia, hewa chikwe aleno ke no mie hospital ko ye omase ni je Lekma no banyo woka. Shiko baya jeme mona.
Bani inyo mo fam bi o mi ake ngbe ya hospital. Ke nke Lekma la ke ne Lekma.
He wa ma Okay, Eugenia says that when people ask her what hospital she goes to and she says she goes to Lekma, they ask her, and the literal translation is what Lekma? But why would she rather not go to somewhere like Kolebu? But her point is that Lekma is the closest to her. So in terms of convenience, it's better for her, but she's still having to make that journey to walk. Eugenia, hewa offer mini obake meni amebanya mesa be.
Amba namba ke ya nko agboyi. Agboyi. Gbogbo ni se na ru na akele ba ni be ba fo lo le.
O fa na mi no ge.
Gbogbo ba fo lo le ba wo le ke drop ke be fo lo le.
Eugenia says there was a lady who was coming to the hospital to come and have the baby, and she ended up having the baby in the car. He want no me amenye ameshe hospital and for.
I say be no dey for.
She ameye okay.
Eh.
Okay, but the mother and the baby are fine though. But she had the baby in the car. He want all these years. Kenya biya keshima ba Asako Road. Mina meko.
Akaba ne benefit.
Okay, so I asked Eugenia that what have the authorities been telling her about the fixing of the road, and she says they've been saying they'll fix it. They've been saying they'll fix it, but they haven't done anything yet. Okay, Eugenia, thank you very much. Wanda boshi wa keshi okay wo area. O fine no banyo ke phone aha in brow ha.
Okay, so I'm talking to another pregnant lady. There's this senior man we were talking to who has to go and dress his wound. Let's just talk to him, and then he can go ahead and then do his wound. So he will speak English. You may conduct the interview in English.
Malik, you go ahead and talk to him.
Yes. So I was talking to you about coming to this hospital. You said you did surgery. How long have you been coming here?
I've been coming here for the past 2 weeks.
Okay. How does it feel when you have to come here? You have things that you have to come and dress. What's the experience coming to this place?
Very, very difficult because the wound is just beneath my manhood on my groin. And when I sit in a taxi, because of the bumpy road, I go through a lot of pain before getting here. A journey that I could have driven maybe 5 minutes. Because the bumpy road is under 30 minutes. Because you cannot move at the pace where you want. And concerning this road, let me remind you of something. Sorry to remind other people about their loss. PV died in this hospital. He was found, he had a cardiac arrest on the Spinters Road, and the taxi driver found him and drove him to the hospital. In 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he gave up the ghost. And from the doctors, if he had arrived earlier, maybe 20 minutes time, he would have survived. The road from the main road at Spinters Road to the hospital, if you are driving, you can take 5 minutes if it is well done or tied. But it took the driver more than 40 minutes. So what it means is that this road is very, very important. The man would have survived because he's one of the important people we have in the country. I've also experienced a situation where somebody was driving his pregnant wife to the hospital. The car broke down or got broken, and they ought to take another taxi. He took a hell out of another taxi driver to bring the woman here. And the complication the woman went through, I think your guess is as good as mine.
How long have you lived in this area?
I've lived almost 5 years now. I've been using the road. Last year, I got to sell my car because of the road. Every week or 2 weeks, you got to go to the mechanics because the road is so bad that no matter, only those who use the 4x4, I would say our ministers and co, they use it and they are okay. The traffic that this road uses, I can tell you a week traffic is more than 6 months traffic in Tamale, where they've gone to cut the stop for the overpass. A hospital like this, it serves more than 300,000 people in this community. If you take the Kolebu Ridge Hospital, you take the Legon one, I think they are the main hospitals in Accra. The next biggest hospital, 37, thank you, 37. The next biggest hospital is Lekma Hospital. When I was here 6 o'clock, I was here 6 o'clock to dress my wound, and I was number 11. People were here 4 o'clock. Some of them, the reason is because of the road. If they don't come early, the bad nature of the road will delay them, and we got to go back to work. So we are appealing to the authorities that they should come to our aid. As we are also going to demonstrate the way other people do. We ought not to go that way. They ought to do it. If you look at the cars that are passing, we have more than 10,000 cars using this car every week. Every week. So the road is very important. from the main road that is the Manet Junction to the Teshi Kofi Annan Road. If my memory serves me correct, there was a program that said that it's about 7 kilometers or 7 kilometers or something, or less than that. But the traffic that it takes, the personalities who use this road, the importance of especially for the hospital. If you come to the hospital right now, some of their machines are false because of the dust or the dusty nature of the road. You go there, they are full, everything will show that the dusty nature of the road is having effects on the hospital. There are people who have refused to come here because of the dusty nature of the road. Then they go to Korle Bu, which puts pressure on this big hospital.
And the pregnant lady we spoke to just said that people ask her why she doesn't go to Korle Bu.
That is it. So if they should construct this road, the pressure at Korle Bu and other places much reduced, because this place is being underutilized because of the dusty road. Because there are people who refuse to come here because of the road. So I think authorities should sit up. Every year they promise they are going to do it. When it rains, Master, 3 days today, the day it rained in the morning, I was coming to dress my wound. The taxi nearly entered the gutter because the place was overflooded. When it rains, it's very horrible because of the untarred road. So we are appealing to authorities, and we thank you, Joy FM, for coming around to.
Recently, the member of parliament and the road minister, was it this
year?
year?
Yeah, that last December, they were on national TV, promising that they've paid some money to the contractors. So, percent they are going to do the road. The following week, we saw 2 machines on the road. That is the extreme end of it, getting to the main road. That is getting to Manet Junction. They just poured gravels. Just 2 or 3 trips. When you go there, you will see. That's the end of it. So if the minister is telling them the truth, that they've given money to the contractor to resume work, then they got to go back to the contractor. Because he has not done anything except 2 trucks load of gravels that they are poured on the other side of it. When you go there, you will see. So if it is something that he was just throwing dust into our eyes too, we are watching them.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Anyway, I'm talking to another pregnant lady who is seated by me here. She is Alice. I think Alice will also speak Chi or Gan. Alice will speak Chi. So anyway, you can take it away.
Okay. Alice, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho, ube tumiaka tree anaga.
Pacho Chi.
Okay, inti Pacho dabeng na wo start to say wo ba hospital no.
Oh, let my idea here na meba. Here na meba. And so problems there you come for financial. Here na meba hospital.
Problems to say them problems.
Kwani there mama higher pa. Last na me yare na to me kun the meba hospital. Yes, I brought obiase. Let man na meba there. Any on fa me ma. Obiase let man na meba there. Any on fa me ma. So na me bre na juna nsana ye nya kebi ohu me mobo. Ede me bae no tinyame nim ne ye bra wa ha enfuturo anytime bi ameba hospital me nkodu fie na ma se nya tiale enfuturo no ha me etete ye apinfo ye bra wa ha enshoto sukura unya baby na do na crazy ti akwani de nyame nim ni ha ye pa ha ye.
Okay, I'm speaking to Alice, and Alice is at the Lekma Hospital. Now, she says that a few weeks ago when she was ill, her husband was trying to bring her to the hospital in a taxi, and as they stood at the side of the road looking for a taxi, no taxi driver was willing to make that journey to the hospital. She said she spent a very long time there until eventually she found a taxi driver who had mercy or took pity on her and brought her to the hospital. She's also talking about the dust situation. She says every time she has to make the journey to Lekma and back, by the time she gets back home, she's already feeling ill due to the dust, and it gets even worse when it rains, because when it rains there's nowhere for them to walk on the road, and a lot of the cars don't even want to make that journey. Alice,
Mami,
auntie, what's it like, man? How long wabaho?
Pacho me sha se me ba hospital. I be 2 years in me wonu nwa so ya na ya me ba hospital.
Okay, inti afe wo antenatal be antenatal ana.
Me patro.
Inti when you say no edisen.
Me patro 7 months nie.
Inti
7 months mo.
inti say we dey say wo ba wo fa car na.
Am patro ya me faka.
Na what's a car no more wo yem no ya wo saying.
Madam en enye se wuke. Said enter the car ni medu ase na wo sisi no aya se nyina ya o ya. Go car ni say shaky ni. Amna so da kwan no so. Say yenu hospital kra na yefi hospital san ko mu fie no. Ni atan so nya another problem kra. Aya se tumi ya o ya ta no aso sisi kwan no.
Okay.
Yes, na munye hu bibi ma yen wa yes le mo na pinfo ye wa ye bre.
So Alice is talking about the fact that she takes a car when she's coming to the hospital, but the moving and the shaking of the car gives her a lot of pain in her pelvic region. As you can imagine, if you're listening to us and you've been pregnant before, then you know how sensitive your body is in such a season. And she talks about the fact that it's very, very difficult for them. She's pleading to the authorities to come and do something about the road. Alice,
Mami,
Inti, so we'll say what's that area no for a while. Inti, what can say yembe roads no authorities no one more dear now one more catro.
o de obi anu otumi ka bibi fa ho. Kwan de obi anu otumi ka bibi fa ho. Nti ye nam kwan no so aye bre no ya na ye de ade se de to aban nanim so be ba bua yen.
Inti dear now pesa wo catro one musisia.
The patron me de me ha on say Mr. Aban no so omma no mebua yen. Na me ye kwan ni ma yen. Na ye bre wa ha. So obi yare kwa na wo ka obi kura na say wo ba hospital nyame anim ni madam say nyankopon anya wadom a ene de beto wo kwan so no enye esan say wo fie kura medu hospital no na e bia de be ye na aye o ena sometimes so be empen bebre no e ya na taxi drivers no so onya bolekma na wo ba ye mpese ye do ba mpo na ba be ja ya hwe nti say nyankopon ama ho ban e say madam ewu a na wo bewu because e kwan ni nti ya no mo pese o mo ba iti na mesle nyame nko makuma no mo mebua yen e wo kwan no mu.
Alice is appealing to the government and authorities to please come and help them. She says that when you're sick and you're coming to the hospital, a lot of the times, as soon as you tell the driver that you're going to Lekma, they are not interested in taking you. She says that if it is not for God who holds you and keeps you, if you are sick, if you are not careful, you will not make it there alive. Alice Pacha, over to me the phone now, my brother now.
Anyway, I'm here. Thank you. So I'm talking to just another pregnant lady who just finished drinking her cocoa. So you talk to her. Do you speak English or Twi or Ga? Anyone. Okay. So she will speak English to us. How long have you been visiting this hospital?
Oh, almost 15 years.
15 years. So you've lived here for a very long time. How old is your pregnancy?
9 months.
9 months. You're almost due.
Yes.
How far are you away from this hospital?
No, not too far.
Do you walk or do you use a vehicle when you're coming?
I use taxi every day.
Okay. So tell us about your experience on
this morning, when I'm coming, one of the drivers just fell into the hill on the road, and from that moment, I'm feeling pain up of my abdomen. I can't feel. I'm not feeling free, so I'm going to see a doctor. If the doctor will say anything to me, because the road is not good. The road is not good. The road is affecting us here. From my firstborn, when I feel like going to leave it, from the house to this place, from the road, when I get to Lekma, the entrance, the road is not good. Please, if you people can do something about the road for us, because if somebody is in pain and the road is going to give another problem in that pain, how the person is going to feel?
So anyway, you've heard another pregnant lady talking about her experiences using this road and the difficulties that they have to go through every day when they have to come to the hospital. These are pregnant women. You just heard her. She is 9 months. She's almost due, and she has great difficulties. I'm talking to yet another person who he is a resident around here. He also has experiences. He drives a taxi, and as I said earlier in my report, taxis predominantly service people as ambulances in this country, because large parts of the area, the country are inaccessible to many ambulances. We don't even have the ambulances, and this is another conversation. But those who provide this essential service, and there is a station here, a taxi station here, just adjacent to the hospital. I'm talking to a taxi driver who will share his experiences conveying people into the hospital and out of the hospital when they do receive health care here. So you tell us your name, and then anyone will take story from here.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
I told me, Joshua. Taxi driver, Jimmy.
Okay.
She's speaking Ghana.
Hello?
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
Joshua, good morning. Today.
Good morning.
Okay, so we're speaking to Joshua. Joshua is a taxi driver in the area, and I'll be translating intermittently. Hey, what Joshua? Drive or taxi in an area, Miona.
Fun.
Hey, what? Many here, honey, what come area, make a cafe, come and tana meba hospital, come at Tanye, a local me chenye, you can you small nya balekma.
Anopali belle, anopali ehi ra, gay. Was someone who was police station, Manet, where fair pasa, or one government there by
Okay, so Joshua is saying that from the Teshi police station to Manette, the road is very, very bad. So yes, it is indeed true that when passengers stop him asking to come to this particular area, as much as he can, he avoids the journey there. Hey, what Joshua, how are you okay, hey, Sunny?
Important. Yeah, they call Bachonia. All reporters are maybe Azova fair can be budget tech and be a fair fitty. Fair. Why Bawana, gente. They have our tuning, fair one to a filling station be. Wana noko, Kajamin, because Kawa to what they were by. Tonia is fair, Azovers, budget, lower arm. No fair, no fibasa. No fair, no fibasa. I won't panify. Da, Melcome Babi, or you are saying, how forward down. See, one FM, one panify. I can.
So Joshua is talking about the parts of his car, the ball joints, the long arm, and the fact that all the money that he makes is going into fixing the car. He's asking that authorities will intercede will intercede so that something is done about the road. Joshua.
Sir, yes.
Ewa kefi ke okedememba hospital minibar ke amebehi wale lo amehie ho.
Ano kwale ye mobo many here tafa many here ho le ye mobo wa ubana ke driver nya butre na ka e ba me na me waste ke ni bi na ka ame pion wa agent won panye fa na me fanya kwa ha wo because moko ba yale bo mo e ba gbo ye mi lo ha mo e ba ne na le na ke ye mo bo wa won nyon panye fa nye kwa na sa gbe ha won panye fa wa
what Joshua kefi Kenya wie to authorities akeshi nekeni jeme yo mina me konye
ake onoko to be ni wo Kenya wi one na ka no ka me ba wo ka me ne ke si ame fo mi wonu noko be fe pasa wonu noko wo yu automobile nka bo yu one no si ka wo wi ameka noko wonu noko be ne ka se na ka no mo ho ni nyumbo no mo ni gbe ho ngbe to mo wo to ni e no mo ni be fe basa ba kwa be ni gbe fe sometimes for ka nyumbo na ele wo so mo fo no wo ba because be hin ni gbe hin te fi o te no ba because bo ba fete to ni e kura won panye fai mena gbena nye ka wo wi onele won panye fai mena le nye ta government ko na wawo ko na fe gbe ha wo cause won na agba wa ka wo tu fe ya acho ni emi sometimes ko o tu se ni ino ko ba he fu e project e ka e wa because fe te acho ni emi me no ko ba he fu no ka tu ni No song and waka or boba tuning, no batches, no, no, one panya fire she by me. Kone no war no part to no you on them one like I mean one panya fire. A wawa agente. Call by hospital left agent, but I quite believe hospital left too. Das, Mulufe, you hospital left on board. Netafa tembo komba ya lebo alo ba la tamoni aguna e ba go ye jemele be tafa che mobo wo won panye fai ne reporters am ye be kwa belile ma fe fe dia fe tu won panye fai kuna amekwe ha wo won panye fai.
Okay, all right. So Joshua is talking about the fact that he spends most of his money fixing his car. He says that there are days when he goes back home after a long day's work and he has no money because all of the money that he makes most of the time is going into fixing the car. He also talks about the fact that when it rains, the road gets even more terrible than usual. He's saying that he's spoken to, or the authorities have been there and they've spoken to them countless times. And it's just like this conversation we're having. It's pure words. So the authorities come, they lament to them, they tell them their concerns and the things that are worrying them, and absolutely nothing is done. He talks with so much passion about the fact that sometimes so many people who are sick struggle to get to the hospital, and sometimes they end up in the hospital at a worse state than they were when they actually started out this journey. Joshua, Oyajame. Okay, thank you very much. I'm
here. So I'm talking to two more people and we are done. One more person quite agitated and angry about the poor nature of the road here. Okay, so let's go. So you live here?
Yeah.
What are your experiences with this road?
It's uncomfortable. It's an eyesore. It's a slap in the face. We pay roadworthy certificate. So what is the essence of we paying roadworthy certificate? It's an eyesore. Look from Bush Road Junction. The road was started up to a place. Then they left it. From police station to the Shikam 2. Another disaster road. Somebody is sick. How do we drive the person to the hospital? And look at the so-called Lekma hospital route. Why? How do we drive? We pay income tax, roadworthy certificate, Lekma fees, let alone on top of our insurance. So what are we doing? What is the reason we pay insurances and then roadworthy certificate? Then we should stop paying it.
How regularly do you take people to income?
It's almost every now and then. You can see. I'm just now loading. Be it sick or strong, I have to carry the person along. How do I go? I cannot go more than 40 kilometers. If the person is sick, how do I go? For instance, you take him or her to polyclinic. How do I speed up? No, I cannot go. So whatever the outcome, either life or death. Is it the best? Then we should stop paying income taxes. Roadworthy certificate, we should stop paying it.
What do the people you pick tell you?
They keep complaining because even if they don't complain, we complain because, for instance, I'm going to buy shock absorbers. Within 2 weeks, it's blasted. I have to replace it. So what is the essence of it?
How much does that cost you?
The absorber is
having to fix your car regularly. How much does it
cost? Absorber alone is 200 Ghana. 200 Ghana. How can we afford? And from this place to Las Calas is 2 cities, 20%. How many times do I go to and accrue 220 cities on one absorber? We should stop paying it. Me, I keep on saying, if I have my own willpower, I will stop paying income tax. And then roadworthy certificate, I will stop paying it because I realize fighting a police here. You stop me, my roadworthy certificate is expired. I say, yes, I'm aware. Why are you standing to examine me? Is the roadworthy? You precisely asking, is the roadworthy? And you stopping me to ask for roadworthy certificate. Come on, clear off. I shut the police off and I drove away. How can I pay roadworthy certificate here? Are the roads ready? Our road ready? And I keep on paying roadworthy certificate. We have assemblyman here. We have DCE. We have MP. They are all aware. They are all citizenry. So we keep fighting them. No effort. We can't beat them. We have to talk with verbally for compromise. We can't fight them. There's no deal you fight. We'll compromise.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anyway, I'm talking to the cocoa seller who has been here for a while, who sees all of the the struggles of users of this route, particularly persons who come to the hospital here. She will speak Ga. So that is left in your bottom.
Okay. What's her name, Malik?
Evelyn Kamate.
Evelyn.
Yes.
Oh, fine. Good morning.
Fine morning. Bon tete.
Oh, fine. Now I hear here. No fear no juba.
Oh, no fear no juba.
Coco and who lebi ne ya fine.
Oh, no more drama. You was away in no ya fine. She mulu fire coco emi.
Oh.
Mulu fa. Intagota e kegbe tutuntu. Iye bi na malekma. Iye bi na cat top. But the no fear no na. Iye bi ati ababu ni na. Nka mulu emi all the time. Gaza ba fe wo interview inu shishi je ne nku ntwe ato mi yomwe ishako yomwe that say anto yomo by force ni engba na ataleye ni wo fe tunu koma ka ji ko ma mi jimi ni bi no baba do mo ko se nse potopoto kokwo he o ba shi o ba ya ni mo pe ni ho ni ha ni e bi kenu mo ne bodo mo nu emi ni wo ho ni akayo holomba never share inside there ego me di 1 week moko ka ewu na aba na share inside there ego the port hotel aka me never share egbe no gravel budi 3 days kon na mi oyo mi oba ka to mo seka yi lo di me nka gba mi ho ni no mo na mi mobo ni ka ta kokko ba mache na hi o han no won pa ma fine ni di government here fa ke na wo mobo na lekma mobo agbo ye lekma pompi ye lekma TV3 baby last weekend. Nibi ni ko ho ni fe woro ni ka se anketi ni nke twa ma ke. Iya bia ni mo fe mo bani na. Chenya no ko ma fe ye mi. Da ni nke chahela. Da ni nke chahela. Be ni la temengo e mo ka no ya doctor koklo. A he mi no mo wo ye jeme. Mi no sa ni ma tu ni nke chahela. Aka hela temba ka hela te wa bola sin. Me na ba ja inside. Na ba share ma se ka bola se ke gbo. Ya wo drop it. Na we kekele e ya. One pa ma fine. Aka na wo mobo. O bo na kaleta no. Eja for ham of fiamu. Me pie na ase legbe. Aka mo to boys ba mo. Shimi, aso me every car ma ate. Ni mo ni ko no. Mi ho kokko ye bi ene. Vote ho ko boy, vote hamuko. No ko jo ko boy kem ma wo mangana government is akufado na akufado mpe. Ne wa. Ebo mo da ke mo ma ta mo ko mo na. Na fe ko me, na sa lekma.
Okay, so Evelyn is talking about the fact that she was at that site, the Lekma site, when the sword was cut for the commission of the road, and she's been there all these years. She's a cocoa seller, so she sits at the roadside. She says she's had to cut her hair because her hair is absorbing the dust and completely clothing her. She's talking about the fact that all her white clothes have become red from the soil. She also talks about even her cocoa is red because of dust. She says it is God who sells her cocoa for her, because if she looks at the way things have been with the dust, there's no way that she should have any customer. She said when it rains, they stand in the rain to sell the cocoa, and all the medicine that she makes from the cocoa goes into going to the hospital because she is always falling sick. She also talks about the fact that a week ago, a woman was coming to the hospital with her husband, and by the time they got to the hospital, she was dead. She talks about the fact that this happens often. Of course, we cannot say for a fact that it is because of the potholes that these deaths were caused. But if the road was tarred, it would obviously lessen the amount of time that it takes to get to the hospital. Hello.
Hello, family.
Okay, I find one double shiwa for joining us this morning. One soliake shaba fe road there hanye. Kodi nyanya chuni nyanya he jolly.
Anymore?
Yes,
I
Malik.
thought she was going to be my last person, but somebody who was driving by and saw us, and you were here with me the last time. You experienced the persons who saw us with a microphone just stopped to talk to us, believing that if we put our searchlight on this, the authorities would listen. She just passed by. Let me just take a few words from her, and then we are out of here. Tell us your name and why you came to talk to us.
Just call me Na.
Nah, okay.
I'm a resident. I live around Lekma area, just next to Pro-Life Pharmacy. The little advice I would like to give to our MP that when he's not ready to fix the road, he shouldn't dusty is for us because it's killing us. So when it's not ready to treat the road, it should save its money from buying the gravel to maybe level it. We prefer the rough than the dusty. Yeah, because our health is also vital. We need our health. So that's a little advice for our MP.
So you're saying he gravels it?
Yeah, that was what was done. You see, that is it's a lot. It's aggravating. And just look at the surface of your phone. That is how our rooms, even if you set your food, you will set table to eat your food. This is what you eat into you. This is what you take inside.
And anymore, what she's talking about is because I've been holding my phone while talking to them, the entire screen is covered with red dust. And it is so obvious that you can virtually put your finger and
write. You can even write in it.
You can write on it.
That is how we feel on our bodies, our clothes, our food, everything. That is what we breathe in. So it's not advisable. He shouldn't do it. He should leave it to be raw for us. Because I use a car. As it's damaging my car, the shock of my car is killing me too as well. I don't know what the dust will cause inside me, in the body, because I'm breathing it, I'm inhaling. Whatever I do, in my food, my drink, everything. So he should rather save us. He should leave the road to be rough for everybody to know that, or to see that nobody is giving attention to the road. We prefer it that way than for him to make it more dusty.
How long have you lived here?
Almost 20 years.
What's your experience on the road?
Apart from this dusty, no. It's just a road, you know. It damages our car. It damages our car. It's causing us loss. A lot. I cannot be specific about something that this and what has happened to me, or this is my experience. But the dust is killing us. The dust is killing us. The rough nature of the road is spoiling our cars. It's causing us financial loss. It's doing a lot to us. You know,
thank you. Thank you very much. So, so we've been speaking to Eugenia, we've spoken to Evelyn, we've spoken to Alice.
We've spoken to Joshua.
Yes, all of these are persons who have had very harrowing experiences using this road. I am a resident here as well. When we came here, I showed you the place where my car hit on this road because one part of the road was so flooded, I needed to take a detour and use another section. My car hit a stone in the middle of the road and I had to change my engine, which cost me more than 3,000 Ghana cedis last year. But that pales into insignificance when you compare the pain that sick persons have to endure when they attempt to access health care in this rather major health referral center in this area. As one of the persons we spoke to indicated, if you take out the Legon Hospital, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, 37 Military Hospital, Rich Hospital, this will be about the next biggest hospital. And yet, this is the nature of the road coming to this hospital. And it is just not just one part of the road. If you are coming from the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center area, the Teshi Police Station area, all the way to the hospital, the road is terrible. When you are coming from Pintex Road, the Manette Junction to the hospital, again, the road is terrible. And there are hundreds of thousands of persons living here who all have to come to this hospital because it is the largest hospital here where healthcare is accessed. And yet, this is the nature of the road to this hospital.
Malik, thank you very, very much for joining us. And thank you to everyone who spoke to us this morning from the Lekma Hospital. Thank you very much, Malik.
Thank you, Linda.
If you're just joining us, this is Joy 99.7 FM, And we crossed over to Malik Abbas Dabo, who has been at the Lekma Hospital. And we're talking about that road. The hashtag is Fix Lekma Now. And we've had harrowing story of pregnant women who are struggling to get to the hospital on time. We had the story of Evelyn, who has to walk to the hospital. Actually, she chooses to walk to the hospital because it's easier on her body than actually sitting in a car to go to the hospital. We heard about Joshua, the taxi driver, who spends everything that he earns fixing the car and going home more often than not with no money in his pockets. We also heard from Evelyn, who sells cocoa, and she says it is God who sells the cocoa for her, because honestly, considering the state of the road and the amount of dust that goes into the cocoa, she should not be making sales. These are stories of people living in Ghana in 2019. Yes, the road is that bad. It's deplorable. Our hashtag is Fix Lekma Now. Let's get that road fixed. I'm going to read a few messages. This one says, good morning, Enimoa. We have the same problem in Afenya, the road from Afenya to Dodowa. I came to live there in 2015, and up till now the potholes are increasing and some are even manholes. That's Oye at Afenya. And in a few minutes, we will be joined by the winning team from St. Augustine's College. They're in the studio here with me. But Papa Ansa from Teshinungwa says, good morning, Enimoa. Our MP Okoboy came to meet the residents of Teshinungwa Estates, and he promised that the government has engaged a Nigerian contractor. And I even saw the contractor with his machines behind the hospital. You see, this country doesn't get the right leaders, and it is very sad. Papa Ansa, thank you so much for texting us. We're very grateful to everybody who spoke to us. We will continue. Remember, the hashtag is hashtag Let's Fix Lekma Now. We're going to take a few messages. When we come back, we will have a riveting conversation with the winners, the boys who beat Pusek and motivated my message of motivation this morning. They are in the studio. We'll be right back.
On Vodafone Cash, it is impossible for any